Hello, welcome to Voice to the Voiceless. I'm your host, Bronwyn Franklin, and today we're going to do a visual meditation looking at our traits, our self traits, who we are, honoring our strengths as well as our shadows. And it will be guided, it is definitely visual. So I just want to ask you to take the time to do some reflections. It's not required. Nothing needs to be changed or judged. The traits that we developed is to protect ourselves, and they deserve respect. So, for this meditation, you may keep your eyes open. You can move. You can step away if you need to. This is definitely a full chakra meditation, guided. Um, you know, like I said, the traits that we have are protective strategies. They're not character flaws. You, you know, so let's explore. So I want you to just find a comfortable space, seated, laying down, feet on the floor. Again, eyes open. You can move however you're comfortable. But we're going to start with a deep breath in and exhaling it through the mouth. And for those that's not familiar with chakras look like little orbs, and they are colorful and they spin. And for those of us that identify as female, we want to spin them clockwise, top, right, down, left, up. And if we identify as male, I want us to spin them opposite, up, left, down, right. And as they spin, allow them to grow brighter and larger or spin faster as we clear out energy. So take another deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Now take that inhale all the way down to the base of your spine where our root chakra is. And the root chakra is red. And that's where we carry our survival traits. And some of the best traits that we hold there are stability, loyalty, endurance, and consistency. And some of the shadow traits are a little as rigid, control, fear, resistance to change. So as you spin that chakra, I want to just invite you to notice where your body is touching the floor, the chair, the bed. Now bring awareness to the parts of you that learned how to survive. What traits help you stay grounded when things were uncertain? Now gently notice when those same traits may show up as over control or fear. What was this part of you trying to protect? And as you spin the red chakra, the root chakra, affirm my survival traits were necessary. I can thank them without being ruled by them. My survival traits were necessary. I can thank them without being ruled by them. Our sacral chakra is where our emotional and relational traits are kept. It's orange, so focus on the lower belly just below the navel and know that your creativity, your empathy, your warmth, your pleasure, your emotional depth is all connected to the sacral chakra, as well as the emotional overwhelm, the avoidance, people pleasing, guilt. Those are all shadow traits that we hold into our sacral chakra. Notice the traits that allowed you to feel deeply and connected with others. Now notice when those same traits may pull you towards overgiving or shutting down. What happens when your feelings feel like too much? Now, as you spin the orange chakra, the sacral chakra just below the navel, your affirmation is, my emotions carry wisdom. I am allowed to have boundaries with my feelings. My emotions carry wisdom. I am allowed to have boundaries with my feelings. Our power and identity traits are carried in our solar plex chakra. That's above the navel. That's in the belly. And the shadow traits look like control, defensiveness, self-doubt, perfection. And the best ones look like confidence, leadership, initiative, and responsibility. Notice the part of you that knows how to make change or step forward. Now notice when the energy turns inward as self-criticism or outward as control. What fear lives underneath this trait? Continue to spin your chakras and affirm, my power does not need to dominate or disappear to be real. My power does not need to dominate or disappear to be real. Now move up to your chest, to your heart chakra, the green chakra, the place of care and connection. The traits we carry there is compassion, generosity, forgiveness, and care. We also carry the shadow traits of overattachment, rescuing, neglecting self, heartbreak, and avoidance. Put your hand over your heart if you're comfortable. Notice the part of you that loves, protects, and shows up for others. Now notice when that love becomes self-abandonment or emotional armor. What boundaries is your heart asking for? And with your hand over your heart, spinning that chakra, your affirmation is, I can care deeply without losing myself. I can care deeply without losing myself. Now move up to your throat chakra. It's blue. Bring your awareness to your throat and your jaw. This is where we carry our expression of honesty, clarity, advocacy, truth telling. And we also carry silence, people pleasing, harshness, and over explaining. Notice how you've learned to speak or not speak, to stay safe. What truth feels easy to share? Which ones feel risky? And as you spin that light blue chakra, your affirmation is, my voice is allowed to be clear, gentle, and incomplete. My voice is allowed to be clear, gentle, and incomplete. Now let's move up to our third eye chakra, where we carry insight and meaning. Our best traits are insight, intuition, reflection, and awareness. And on the other side of that is overthinking, disassociation, mistrust of self, and hyperanalyzing. So focus just between your eyebrows and focus on the purple disc as you spin that third eye chakra. Think about how you make meaning of your experiences. When does the insight becomes rumination or escape? What would trusting your inner knowing feel like? Your affirmation is, I can seek understanding without losing presence. I can seek understanding without losing presence. Let's go to the top of the head, to the crown chakra, where we carry our purpose and belief system. Our best traits is hope, faith, purchase, and being connected to something larger. And we also carry disconnection, spiritual bypass, hopelessness, and pressure to transcend. So just kind of visualize a space above your head a white light glow just above your head. Think about what gives your life meaning. When might you use pain? When might you use meaning to avoid pain or struggle to feel connected at all? Where might you use meaning to avoid pain or struggle to feel connected at all? And your affirmation is, I am allowed to be human and still be connected. I am allowed to be human and still feel connected. And as we land into closing, I want you to go back and watch and see and feel and visualize the chakras as they're spinning. Red for root, orange for sacral, yellow for solar plex, green for your heart, blue for your throat, indigo for your third eye. And for me, I use white for my crown, but you can use whatever color you like, gold, purple. Feel the sensations in your body as you light up and spin each of those chakras. Notice what you're feeling. I want you to reflect on the one trait that you appreciate about yourself. Now think about the one trait that you learn to relate to with more compassion. And just know every trait you carry formed in response to something. You are not broken. You are adaptive. And when you're ready, open your eyes, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, shrug your shoulders, whatever you need to do. I would offer or suggest the options of maybe doing some journaling, looking at which traits kept you safe once, what would balance, not elimination, but balance, what would that look like? Take some time and reflect. I want to thank you for joining me as we honor our strengths and our shadows in meditation tonight, healing our bodies, becoming more aware of who we are and how we've adapted through our journey. This is your host, Bronwyn Franklin, and this is Voice to the Voiceless. You all have a great night.